What's up, YouTube? T Movies here. Now, the 2019 Saturn nominations have pretty much been announced. Now, I'm actually making trying another live stream. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, and although I decided to do this video during a live stream, and now the Saturn Awards are, for one, they aren't televised, which I'm a little disappointed that they never televised the award ceremony. But they nominate some really interesting stuff. Like the Saturn Awards is it's really an award show that dedicates everything to. With that being said, here are the nominees for the 2019 Saturn Awards. All right. They also this award ceremony also dedicates to TV, movies, I think comic books as well, if I'm not mistaken, and other stuff. So that being said, here are nominees. Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War, Captain Marvel, Shazam, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. For, for Best Sci-Fi Film Release, the nominees are Alita Battle Angel, Bumblebee, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Ready Player One, Solo: A Star Wars Story, Sorry to Bother You, and Upgrade. For Best Fantasy Film Release, the nominees are Aladdin, Dumbo, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Mary Poppins Returns, Toy Story 4, and Yesterday. For Best Horror Film Release, the nominees are The Dead Don't Die, Halloween, Hereditary, Overlord, Pet Cemetery, A Quiet Place, and Us. For Best Action Adventure Film, the nominees are Code Pursuit, Escape Room, Glass, John Wick Chapter 3, Mission Impossible Fallout, and Skyscraper. For Best Thriller Film Release, the nominees are Bad Samaritan, Bad Times at the El Royale, Destroyer, Dragged Across Concrete, Greta, Ma, and Searching. For Best Animated Film Release, the nominees are The Grinch, How to Train Your Dragon 3, The Hidden World, The Incredibles 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and Toy Story 4. For Best Independent Film Release, the nominees are American Animals, Anna and the Apocalypse, The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot, Mandy, Apollo, Summer of '84, and The Tomorrow Man. For Best International Film Release, the nominees are Anera, Border, Burning, Ghost Stories, The Guilty, and Shadow. For Best Actor in a Film, the nominees are Jeff Bridges for Bad Times at the El Royale, Nicolas Cage for Mandy, Tom Cruise for Mission Impossible Fallout, Chris Evans for Avengers Endgame, Robert Downey Jr. for Avengers Endgame, Mel Gibson for Drag Across Concrete, and Keanu Reeves for John Wick Chapter 3. For Best Actress in a Film, the nominees are Emily Blunt for Mary Poppins Returns, Toni Collette for Hereditary, Jamie Lee Curtis for Halloween, Nicole Kidman for Destroyer, Brie Larson for Captain Marvel, and Lupita Nyong'o for Us, and Octavia Spencer for Ma. For Best Supporting Actor, the nominees are Josh Brolin for Avengers: Infinity War, John Lithgow for Pet Sematary, Lin-Manuel Miranda for Mary Poppins Returns, Lewis Pullman for Bad Times at the El Royale, Jeremy Renner for Avengers Endgame, Will Smith for Aladdin, and Steven Yeun for Burning. For Best Supporting Actress in a Film, the nominees are Cynthia Erivo for Bad Times at the El Royale, Karen Gillan for Avengers Endgame, Amber Heard for Aquaman, Scarlett Johansson for Avengers Endgame, Naomi Scott for Aladdin, Haley Steinfeld for Bumblebee, and Zendaya for Spider-Man: Far From Home. For for Best Performance by a Younger Actor, the nominees are Evan Jackson, Evan Alex, and Shadi Wright Joseph for Us, Asher Angel and Jack Dylan Grazer both for Shazam, Millie Bobby Brown for Godzilla King of the Monsters, and Millicent Simons for A Quiet Place. For Best Film Director, the nominees are Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck for Captain Marvel, Karen Kusama for Destroyer, Jordan Peele for Us, Guy Ritchie for Aladdin, the Russo brothers for Avengers Endgame, Steven Spielberg for Ready Player One, James Wan for Aquaman, and Zhang Yimou for Shadow. For Best Screenplay, the nominees are Bad Times at the El Royale, Avengers Endgame, Mission Impossible Fallout, Us, Burning, A Quiet Place, and Dragon Quest Conquer. All right, for best production design for film, the nominees are Aquaman, Us, Dumbo, Aladdin, Shadows, Mary Poppins Returns, and Avengers Endgame. For best film editing, the nominees are Avengers Endgame, Aladdin, Us, Aquaman, John Wick Chapter 3, and A Quiet Place. Oh, and by the way, for anyone watching, my bad for the noise. I'm kind of outside because I didn't really. My videos lately, I've been doing like videos outside more because it's like a beautiful day, so why be stuck in the house doing videos? So I was like, I'll have some time to do videos outside instead, and sometimes I get an audience once in a while, but it's New York City. What do you expect? But anyway, all right, back to the nominees. All right, for best music, the nominees are Dumbo, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Aladdin, Mary Poppins Returns, Avengers Endgame, and Ready Player One. For best costume design for a film, the nominees are Aquaman, Shazam, Avengers Endgame, Shadow, Mary Poppins Returns, and Aladdin. For best film makeup, the nominees are Avengers Endgame, The Dusters. For best superhero, Legends of Tomorrow. Anyway, for best animated series, the nominees are Archer, DuckTales, Family Guy, The Simpsons, and Star Wars Resistance. For best actor in a TV series, the nominees are Grant Gustin for The Flash, Kit Harington for Game of Thrones, Sam Hogan for Outlander, Andrew Lincoln for The Walking Dead, Seth MacFarlane for The Orville, Bill Pullman for The Sinner, and Jeffrey Wright for Westworld. All right. For Best Actress on a TV Series, the nominees are Katrina Balfe for Outlander, Melissa Benoist for Supergirl, Emilia Clarke for Game of Thrones, Sandra Oh for Killing Eve, Adrienne Pellew for Saul, Nicola Costawado for Game of Thrones, Peter Dinklage for Game of Thrones, David Hayward for Supergirl, Ed Harris for Westworld, Lenny James for Fear the Walking Dead, and Carrie Payton also from The Walking Dead. All right. For Best Supporting Actress on a TV Series, the nominees are Gwendolyn Christie for Game of Thrones, Dinah Guerrera for The Walking Dead, Lena Headey for Game of Thrones, Melissa McBride from The Walking Dead, Rhea Seehorn for Better Call Saul, Sophie Skelton for Outlander, and Sophie Turner for Game of Thrones. For Best Performance by a Young Actor on a TV Series, the nominees are KJ Apa for Riverdale, Tosin Cove for Doctor Who, Cameron Cuff for Krypton, Benjamin Westworth for Deadly Class, David Mazas for Gotham, Cole Sprouse for Riverdale, and Maisie Williams for Game of Thrones. For Best Guest Starring Performance on a TV Series, the nominees are Rainey Bach for Better Call Saul, John Cryer for Supergirl, Sidney Lemon for Fear the Walking Dead, Jeffrey D. Morgan for The Walking Dead, Tina Pickens for Fear the Walking Dead, and Ed Spliers for Outlander. For best streaming service TV series, the nominees are Doom Patrol, Swamp Thing, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, The Punisher, Runaways, and The Umbrella Academy. For best streaming sci-fi series, action, and fantasy series, the nominees are Star Trek Discovery and Jack Ryan. For best streaming horror thriller series, the nominees are Castle Rock, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, The Handmaid's Tale, Stranger Things, The Haunting of Hill House, The Twilight Zone, and You. For best actor in a streaming presentation, the nominees are Penn Badgley for You, John Bertha for The Punisher, Charlie Cox for Daredevil, John Krasinski for Jack Ryan, Zac Efron for Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile, David Tennant for Good Omens, and Henry Thomas for The Haunting of Hill House. Alright. For Best Action in a Streaming Presentation, the nominees are Carla Gugino for The Haunting of Hill House, Shanika Martin Green for Star Trek Discovery, Elizabeth Lail for You, Natasha Lyonne for Russian Dolls, Molly Parker for Lost in Space, Kristen Ritter for Jessica Jones, and Kernan Shipka for Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. For Best Supporting Actor in a Streaming Presentation, the nominees are Wilson Cruz for Star Trek Discovery, Marcel Husman for The Haunting of Hill House, Timothy Hutton for Hill House, Doug Jones for Star Trek Discovery, Ethan Peck for Star Trek Discovery, Maxwell Jenkins for Lost in Space, and Micah Sheen for Good Omens. For Best Supporting Actress in a Streaming Presentation, the nominees are Maya Hawke for Stranger Things. She was great on that show, by the way. Ellen Page for the Umbrella Academy. Parker Posey for Lost in Space. Victoria Pedretti for The Haunting of Hill House. Taylor Russell for Lost in Space. Sissy Spacek for Castle Rock, and Deborah Ann Wobb for Marvel's Daredevil. Now here's some of the other, not all that important nominees, but I'll just read them off anyway. Best DVD BD release. The nominees are Fahrenheit 451, Jonathan, Ken, King Cohen, Nancy Drew and the Hidden Staircase, and Time Free. Best DVD/BD classic film release. The nominees are 2001: A Space Odyssey, Deep Rising, Jack the Giant Killer, Maximum Overdrive, classic. The Reincarnation of Peter Proud, and The Spiral Staircase. For best DVD/BD special edition release, the nominees are 12 Monkeys, um, The Changeling, Crimson Peak, A Fistful of Dollars, Horror Express, and Waterworld. For Best DVD/BD Collection Release, the nominees are the Bloodthirsty Trilogy, the Complete Sartana, Jack Ryan 5-film collection, the Matrix Trilogy, the Pink Panther cartoon collection, and Universal Classic Monster 30 film collection. And for Best DVD/BD television made for movie or series release, the nominees are The Ghost of Sierra D. Cobry, The Martian Chronicles, The Night Stalker, The Night Strangler, The Outer Limits, and Trilogy of Terror. And last but not least, Best Local Live Stage Production. The nominees are Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder, and Inspector Cause, The Old Man and the Old Moon, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Puppet Up Uncensored, and The Secret Garden. And that's pretty much all. So some interesting nominees. I'm curious to see who's probably gonna take home the award. I mean, I'm pretty sure Avengers Endgame's probably gonna take home lots of awards. I can see maybe Game of Thrones taking home some awards. Yeah, it should be interesting to see who's gonna get their award that day. But anyway, the Saturn Awards will be handed out on September 13th. So when the award, handed when when the winners are announced, I'll go ahead and make a separate video, talk about the winners and all. But yeah, I mean it's kind of interesting because sometimes they'll be held like early in the year, but it's kind of where they're most of the Saturn Awards are usually held on like a March or sometimes June or whatever. So it's kind of weird that they waited this long to premiere to have the Saturn Awards, but that's why you see some of these nominees from 2019 and 2018. So yeah, but yeah, it's be interesting to see who's gonna take home the awards and all. But anyway, let me leave you guys. What are your thoughts on the Saturn Award nominations? Are there any surprises? Are there any wins? Like, are there any nominees that you hoping that wins? And who are some of your prediction winners? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is T Movies. Sign off.